invest in yourself so we can invest in the future. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure the bell notification stays lit. Like that, you guys won't miss out for any future updates. You know, the market's always going up, down, or to the right. And that's where we figure it out is on this channel, which direction it's going. It's going either three directions. It's either going to go up, down, or to the right. So smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Go ahead and smash this, share this. We're going to do some free marketing for some projects, man. If you guys got some projects that, you know, they need some exposure right now, today's the day. It's a B-Day day. And what we're going to do, we're going to actually give a gift on the B-Day day, and we're going to actually do some free marketing. So check out your guys' website. Go ahead and see what you guys got going on. But obviously, max engagement is needed. So make sure you guys are reposting this. Make sure you guys are sharing this everywhere on social media if you guys can. Not just for me, but for your guys' bag. So thank you guys for pulling up. Let's go ahead and jump right over here to the beginning of this page where things still got, you know, we're still, you know, like I've been saying for the last couple of days, we still got some work to do. And sure enough, we definitely still got some work to do. The overall crypto market cap pulled back even a little bit more from 3.47 to 3.43. And we see what's actually going on. You know, we're down 7.6% on the week. Thank you, Jamal. We're down 12.7% on Ethereum on the week. You know, well, baby, we're down. You know, we got BNB down 9.1% on the week. Thank you. We got XRP down 9.35%. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you. We got Saphir up in here. We got Thomas in here. We got Jamal in here. The Priest up in here. Man, Mac Yank pulling up as well. Welcome in, everybody. We got Solana down 15%. 15.5% on the week. That's, you know, a little bit more than everybody wants to see right now. But, you know, we're going to see where we get in, where we fit in. This is super important. This is why we're putting in overtime on the overtime. No excuses for days off. There's work that has to be done. What are we talking about? This is our .com moment. The charts go down, but it's not the end of the world, right? Down, but not out. Exactly. Tell me about it. It's like, you know, when the markets are fearful, this is where you're supposed to kind of start rubbing your hands together, you know, kind of like the you know, the big bad wolf and say, okay, where's my, because when the markets are fearful, you're supposed to be greedy. This is the fear in the street. We want to make sure that we don't catch a falling knife either, right? This is something that a lot of people don't talk about. They just want to automatically say, hey, buy the fear. But we want to make sure that we're buying the fear at the right time, right? We don't want to be buying the fear all the way down. So, look at Zcash, man, just literally exploded. It's all the way up here, top 20, you know, number 14. Absolutely amazing. Zcash had up 36% of the week. So while everybody else is getting rocked, you know, we got Zcash over here up 36% of the week. So just know that, you know, you guys can catch a winner. Just because the markets are down or the overall sentiment in the market is down doesn't mean that you can't, you know, look through here and find yourself, is there a winner somewhere? Look at this, up 162% on the week. I mean, there's some winners out here. Maybe we should start looking at some of these. Give me some tickers down below, because we're obviously going to wait for the stream to pick up. We're going to do some free marketing for projects. So if projects are pulling up, if you're in a project you're invested, go into the Telegram right now. Go on X and repost this. Tell them to get in here so we can check out your guys' website and see what you guys got going on. So we'll check out the blue chips and what's going on over here on the front page. And let's just go ahead and jump into BTC. But man, Zcash, we might have to take a look at that as well, because that's a nice run up. And even this ICP is like, it could keep running up, but now that we short and, you know, we're good at this, you know, can we find, this is, man, can it be overbought possibly? Can Zcash be overbought? Can I find, you know, obviously it was even higher and it's already pulled back, but maybe there's, you know, that's the thing. When you don't care which way the market's going, you're indifferent to price. Like, I dare you to be indifferent to price. Like, low key, do that. Be indifferent to price. And wherever it goes, it doesn't matter. You're just going to monetize the chart. And you're like, man, there's possibly, you know, you won't get caught up that it has to run up forever for you to get rich. You're like, all right, well, it ran up. You guys thought you guys left me behind. But actually, I know what goes up must come down. So you guys didn't leave me behind. We're about to flip it and reverse it. We're about to Missy Elliott it. Let's go into BTC right away. Obviously, the Mona Lisa of the market. You know, a lot of movement happens around this one right here. And we're going to jump into the daily chart first and kind of talk about what we've been talking about, why we're seeing this, right? Because we're tracking price, and that's exactly what we've been doing for a while. And we've been tracking it, let's be honest, pretty accurately. Not because I'm a guru, not because I'm better than you, but I'm using these filters to give me an idea of where prices, you know, gonna go or has been before, and gives me an idea. One of the filters being right here, the volume profile, right? You see this one right here, this volume profile has that green line, the lower value range, the red line, the point of control, and also the upper value range. And if you look at this volume profile, you're gonna see some things when you zoom out. Look at the lower value range, how it had all these instances where it's relative to this lower value range where price went to. So look at where price is at right now. So when we saw this sell signal right here, and actually we already knew from this sell signal breaking through the 50, through the 100, through the 50, when it bounced off the 200 and it started going back up, it bounced off the 200. It started going back up to the 50. That's the first attempt. They usually fail. And I said, I would be careful thinking that just because we got a buy signal right here, we just broke these moving averages. And usually when it comes back up, the first attempt fails because we have a case of the first mouse gets to squeeze, second mouse gets to cheese. So you got to pick which mouse you want to be. And right there, we were talking about, hey, most likely it can come down to this price. And this is how we snatch this price up. We're not just grabbing fake prices out of the air. And people say, what price do you think Bitcoin can go? And I don't know. I look into my crystal ball and I'm like, no, we're actually using this right here to give us an idea. And you guys can use these tools as well, because this is why we mentioned this price before a few days ago, this 102, when we were still trading, well above 110. 102 sounded a little crazy at 110, right? Probably people are like, you sure, Rico? We're going in an uptrend. Can't be that we're going to go to 102, Rico, and it's 113 right now. And obviously I wanted to break out, but these things happen over and over again where you start to see that, hey, I want to be the second mouse. All right. And right here, now 102 doesn't sound so crazy. And how was 102 really, presented to us? Well, this lower value range showed us that we've been here before. And this is how price and time will find a place all over again. And that's exactly what we got. So what we want BTC to do, and this is why it's still feeling like we're in the chop zone. It's going to start evolving into like a choppy zone right here, because it's trying its best to hold on to this lower value range. It's going to want to do something similar to this, right? Holding on to this, marching to the right, and going back up. But if it does not hold on to that, we have this gap right here that we don't want to trade into. That would be 94K. And when we're trading underneath the 200, we're trading underneath the 20, under the 50, under the 100, more bearish things tend to happen than bullish things. So we still have some work to do. That's what I've been saying for the last couple of days. That's why, yeah, we're met with some green candles, but are they not just green candles in a bit of a downtrend? And that's nothing wrong. I'm trying to get you guys some better entries. I'm trying to get you guys into a better position and not making you, get wrecked. That's not financial advice, but we're doing our best, right? We're refining this thing. We're in the we're in the forge nonstop. And here goes the 4-hour chart. And the same thing right here, when we first was getting some of these buy signals on the 4-hour chart, is like, all right, I mean, that's good. We like that. I mean, we want BTC to go up, but can we admit that, it's trading into the 20? It still hasn't broke the 50, it hasn't broke the 100, it hasn't broke the 200. So it's like, I got to address that. I got to put that somewhere on the table. Where you're putting it, I don't know. It's a lot different than just listening to Fox and CNN. And thank you so much, man. Thank you, Dave. I mean, the community is on another level. I mean, the XPX community and the TG has been absolutely amazing. We had a community hour earlier. It was such a vibe. We had jams playing. And this is why we get stuff done, because, it feels good to, this is not a drag to me. So to pull up with all you guys and to celebrate today and have some fun and do some free marketing and actually give something out to, multiple projects, get your projects in here. We're going to check out your guys' tickers. And this is why I love this space and what we do. We're a lot of like-minded individuals, and it's cool to be able to experience the .com moment, but have a good time with a lot of great people at the same time, right? So yeah, we're here to make money, but why not have a good time doing it as well? How does the big 50 feel? GM fam, welcome in. Welcome in, fam. Darren, welcome in, fam. Repost this, share this, guys. We're just getting the stream warmed up. We got some work to put in. So, like I said, free marketing is a little bit of a gift to the whole space. If you got some bags parked in something, don't let them just sit there and turn into stale water, because then you can't even drink from that, man. You're gonna get sick. You're gonna be sick of it. All right. Thank you, Darren. So get some movement in that water, get some movement in that play, and get them on the live stream. So, we can talk to them today. So right now, 4-hour chart, we got the same thing kind of that we have to address. We still got some work to do to get above these moving averages, right? So once we get above these moving averages, I'm gonna be feeling a lot more bullish because we got this upper valley range up here. We'll be back at 115. That's nice. Point of control, which acts like a magnet, is 110. Lower valley range, which would be nice to get above, is 104. But we got a sell signal right here on the 4 hour chart. All right, we're working on a sell signal on the 4 hour chart, and just gotta. We're still trading underneath the 20. So we got some work to do, and this is what we do. We start lowering these time frames to see exactly where that spot is at. And again, the 3 hour, okay. So we're not going to be those people that are surprised at what's going on. That's what we don't want to do. Like a lot of people be like, "Man, that just came out of nowhere." It's like, all right, it didn't tell you anywhere. And right here, after these pullbacks, this right here starts to become, as trading up, down, or to the right. That's the only way it trades. It doesn't trade backwards. It doesn't do a backflip. It goes up, down, and to the right. And right here, we're trading to the right. And this is usually when things start to get good because the horse doesn't like to be too far away from the barn. You see all these moving averages really fanned out. Well, the horse is going to be coming back home eventually, just like it did before, right? You see this right here, all these fanned out. Let me come over here and show you guys what's up. So if we saw this, you see them all fanned out. All of these moving averages are all spread out. Next, they all start crossing over again. The horse came back home. They all fanned out again. Boom, 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 boom. Look at it. All these colors fanned out. Beautiful colors when you appreciate this. And again, what happens? All these moving averages conjoin again and they roll over. These things come back home. Same thing right here. Fanned out. They start to roll over. They'll try to break out. Come right back down. So we're playing the same game right here. And this usually happens right after a choppy zone. Where they start to really come together on their own. And this chop zone starts to look good. And this would be a great floor for Bitcoin to hold. Right above this 100K would be really solid for it to hold and let these moving averages. You see them starting to squeeze together, and that's what you want to see. And you don't want to trade these chops right here. This is where you're getting buy signals, and there's some trades in here, right? You can bend your rules. This is not financial advice. You can do what you want. You can trade from here to there, from there to this, from there to that. Fine, cool. Trade the chop. I mean, you can 100% do it. But if you really want to catch a runner, you kind of have to let the trade mature to a certain level. And this is the one where you set your stop losses, you set where your targets are at, and let the thing run. Let it run. And here goes another example of all the moving averages significantly fanned out, and we're having that trade to the right now, right? So okay, cool. Now we're above the 20, we're above the 50, we're above the 100. They're crossing over. The horse is home. The horse is eating his hay. It got one more moving average to cross over, which is the 200, which is the biggest bear bull indicator into space. And you can see since we've been underneath this 200, since up here at 112, when BTC broke here, the 200 moving average, we've been trading underneath that red one nonstop, right? This red line that's cruising down right there. We've been underneath this one. Yeah, we had some attempts the minute we touched it right there. And again, check out the mouse game. Which mouse do you want to be? First mouse gets to squeeze. Second mouse gets to cheese. Son of a gun. Why does that always have to happen? Why are there M's and W's? But you know what? I don't care about knowing why anymore. That's fine. It's cool. I appreciate it. Do you guys appreciate it? Okay, we got Mitsuki. That's a new one. Is the hidden chapter of Doge? Ooh, man, I like that. I love some mystery, bro. I love some mystery. King Honey. Woo! Welcome in, King. Welcome in, King. Second mouse gets the cheese, man. It's crazy, bro. And it's a lot of times right off of this. It's a lot of times right off of this. The biggest bear bull indicator, which is that 200 moving average. But since it's fractal, this happens over and over and over again, right? So if now, excuse me, now that we can see this thing starting to roll over, and we're seeing okay, where the 50 is about to roll over the 100. The chart's looking a little bit better. It's trying to march up here to this 200 moving average, and maybe we have some action, something similar like this, and maybe this thing gets above the 100, right? And if it can break above this 200 moving average, break up and make a support on here, first mouse gets to squeeze, second mouse gets to cheese. We can have the same little game play out on the top. But as you can see, and I've been telling you guys for days, not that I'm bearish on Bitcoin, not that I'm bearish on your bag. I'm just trying to keep it a buck with you guys so you guys can get a better entry on your next spot, right? And this is how you don't get shooken out by all the noise in the space. It's like, yeah, I mean, you don't need to FUD me. The space, you don't gotta, fear corn me. It's like, I don't need no fear corn. I know what's up. I'll either print on the way down, or I'll wait for my position to let the bulls take off. You know, it's up to me. It's not up to the noise. You know, it's my decision, and that's why this stuff is very important for you guys. So that's BTC. Obviously, we still got some work to do. On the daily chart, we come back to the daily, which is very important, and I'm going to show you guys why. Because this upper value range, this point of control, which acts like a magnet, we want to hold on to this. This is that lower value range. If we don't hold on to this, we got this gap that we're going to have to be talking about, right? Oh, that was an ugly demonstration of that. Uh, right? And it'll come down to that section because those gaps, there's a lot of light volume up inside here. And if it starts to fall into this, it'll slip right on through. I mean, it'll be like those race games when you hit the arrows and it'll just like a little boost pack hit you, right? So make sure that, you know, we know that we're underneath the 200. And a lot of times the first attempt fails, right? Because this is the first break underneath this. So is this mouse gonna what game is this mouse gonna play on the 200 moving average? We're tracking price, right? We're tracking it, but we have officially broken underneath this 200 moving average. You see this is red line like this. So is it gonna tap here and break out like this and start to go up, or is it gonna tap here and go lower into this section right here? We are all Rico. Let's go, bro. Man, so much love and respect for you, bro. I mean, what an amazing community, honestly. Community hour, bro, honestly. Some real ones in the space, that's for sure. So as you can see, BTC got some more work to do. And there's instances where, yeah, the mouse doesn't always have to show up. A lot of times it does. But, you know, maybe Bitcoin gets super bullish and Michael Saylor says something amazing and it just breaks right back above, does a little support on the point of control and goes up like this. But the same thing, you know, you're going to get that first mouse, second mouse, and that's going to be the run up. Or are we going to be working towards this downside? We're tracking price. That's what we're doing. So I would love to see when we get the next buy signal on BTC. It's most likely going to start once these lower time frames start to roll over above these major moving averages, and then we'll see some of that price action that we want to see. But we don't want to break underneath 100 and for sure underneath 95, because I might even start to cry, right? I might even start to cry. I'm joking, fam. We'll short that thing and get more capital to put into XPX and build out more utility for the freaking space and just keep building nonstop. I will continue to print till kingdom come. I swear, I'm not playing around. I mean, I don't care how many millions I make. I'm gonna always leave the printer on. It doesn't even matter. This is what we do. What else am I gonna do? I love Saphir too much. Saphir, what am I gonna do? Never rush into a trade until you see all the confirmations. Yeah, it's the best thing. Or you're gonna be taught a lesson. And this is another example. We covered this, so we'll cover it pretty fast, just for those who are pulling up and probably missed it. You know, we had this line right here. Same thing with this one. First mouse, second mouse, right? And this is why when we saw the buy signal on this daily chart on ETH, you know, and AD always lets us and reminds us how much ETH is a wet noodle and how it barely moves. And you saw BTC losing the market when this thing was looking like this, right? Let's zoom in, right? We got the sell signal. That's the wipeout. You know, it's trying to hold on. It's trading sideways. It's trying its best. It went back up. We got that buy signal right there. I was like, I would be careful. I wouldn't automatically just think just because we got that buy signal right away. This is our first attempt, you know, getting underneath this thing. You better be careful. And sure enough, that thing failed. And I was like, if we fail this, the 200 moving average, we go lower. Why? Not because I'm guru. Remember, I'm not doing guru stuff. I'm not. We're just using some filters because of this gap right here. This gap was snitching it out big time. This is the 200 moving average, and it's like, what the heck is this massive volume gap right here? It's like, we got to address that. Let's talk about it, right? And it's like, if we lost that 200, we're going to be seeing what? The lower value range. So this is why we snatched a price for Ethereum. And if you guys go watch the short, we were talking about this stuff in this section before all these candles existed. There's a short on my X page, which I'm going to show you guys in just a bit. You guys go support me on X, of course. Make sure you guys are reposting on X. I'm going to be working for your bags today on a B-Day special for you guys to do some free marketing. We're just warming up the stream, so get ready, get comfortable, get some coffee, get some chips, kick your feet up. We're just getting warmed up. I got my second win and my third win kicking in right now. So right here we saw this volume gap, and we saw this break underneath this 200 moving average. Just like on that short, I said, hey, we're going to even talk about this. You know, down here, is it possible to see a $2,500 ETH? Well, we might have to talk about it because, You know, if this 200 moving average keeps moving like this, and this is the first mouse, second mouse, you know, we could potentially trade into this gap. And I'm not being bearish on ETH. I just want to see some better price action. If we're going down, hey, if you're an investor, you're just buying. You don't care. But you know, if we're traders, we care about this because we can see a potential where we can trade this thing to the downside. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it, man. Unknown, yes, man. Thank you guys so much. This space is amazing, honestly. This space is Web three. Web three is underrated. Like, there's so much. It's a vibe, man. I've gotten more happy birthdays in Web three than I ever have in my real life. Like, you guys are something else. Web three is a whole vibe. If you're not in Web three, you're missing out. Web three is a vibe. So shout out to you guys. That's why we're doing this marketing special just for free. We're gonna be checking out your guys' websites, see what you guys got going on, checking out everything. If you guys got, even if you got nothing, I'm gonna find something. We're gonna have some fun today. So ETH definitely still has some work to do. If it comes down here, we're talking about some $2,500 ETH. If it could bounce back and get above the 200 moving average, it'll trade into this gap. We see this gap to the other side. We'll get a little bit optimistic, right? Right. We got this gap to the upside. We got the point of control. We know the point of control acts like a magnet pulling price up here, and price has been up here before. Then that's why it's showing that. So it could definitely come up here for those who want to see something positive happen. But as of right now, we're still working underneath that moving average, and we start to lower the time frames, and you guys to see something very similar to what we've been talking about on BTC as far as all of the moving averages being extremely fanned out. Let's get this out the way. Extremely fanned out, and the horse is eventually going to want to come back to the barn, but it still has work to do, right? It's still not even above this 200 moving average, and you can see ever since it's broke down it. This is the 4-hour chart right here, 4,300. Check this out, fam. At 4,300, bam, right here, that beautiful X right there. 4,300 ETH. You could have put a short and you could have said, you know what, this guy Rico, he doesn't shut up about this freaking 200 moving average and how, you know, when this thing crosses that and that crosses this, you know, the trend is different. I'm not making these rolls up. We're just tracking the freaking price. And at $4,300, you could have said, I'm out of Dodge. You know, I'm out of Dodge. Now, if you had the indicator that I had, the one that I have right now, it told us up here, you know, at $4,600. It said, hey, Rico, get out. You know, it's time to make a move, right? But let's say you didn't have an indicator and you waited for the break of the 200 moving average, right? That's $4,300 ETH that you could have right here on this X. You could have placed your short, and you're like, man, I know that, especially on a higher time frame. You know, if it's broken underneath the 200 moving average, we're gonna have to, you know, we're definitely skiing down the hill at this point. You know, we're not on that thing taking us up right now. We're definitely at this point. You better have your hands gripped on the skis and ready to shh. We're not on the thing that takes us up right now, right? We're going down, and you know, you can either ski this thing down or I don't know, but you can see right here again. You know, all these fails on the 200 moving average. We flirted with it a little bit right here and pretend like we were gonna do something, but we didn't do nothing. We're just being a flirt, and we just came down and bam right here, like we're fanned out over here with all these moving averages. So you know, if you're waiting for your long positions on some of these higher time frames on ETH and you want to hold on to this wet noodle, then you know, wait for it to get above the 200 moving average because the market still got some work to do, man. Okay, and this is why, you know, being in great communities that are staying active, being in great projects that are still building, or, you know, keeping the community engaged is super important because there's going to be times where these things are out of our hands. We can't wield the market. You know, you can't, you're not going to do your rain dance and get the markets to turn around. No matter what you got going on in your life, the markets don't care. The markets are doing what the markets do. And we're following that. You know, we're not nudging it or anything like that. There's no nudging the market and trying to, you know, will the market. But, you know, I can get in where I fit in and really possibly turn a profit. And the way that I found that you could do that is one using this blunt house indicator that I think is extremely bullish. I've been shilling it to you guys, and you guys know that I don't really shill too many things to you guys, but there's a reason behind it because it does give you a competitive edge, and that edge is what gives you a bit more profit. And for somebody like me, where I use it the most, and it helps me, is because I used to be the first mouse. Man, I was over there just being the first mouse. I get in a good trade. First little mouse see that profit start to disappear. That mouse wants to get out, right? And this indicator has helped me keep my discipline in the fact to stay in the trade because I know that it's still going to run out and there's still, you know, divergence, and I know that I still am in a uptrend. and it gives me that edge to help me be the second mouse, so I can get the cheese, right? So ETH still working on some work above the 50. We got the 100 and the 200 to get above. So you can see how significant this is when we're underneath these. And so if you're ever wondering, go to TradingView, or DM me, let me know. And also, you guys, I'm gonna show you Blunt's website. You guys can check them out. We're gonna have them up on Wednesdays again. Gonna try to get them up as much as I can for all of us. So we got video documents of all this alpha that he shares with us, because it's extremely uh, valuable information. So, and you guys can use this. Here we go. The chop, right? It trades down. The breakouts, we trade the breakouts, the breakdowns. We don't want to trade this chop. Now, you can. Some of these are going to be little trades. Fine, cool, trade them. I mean, I've done it before, and sometimes, you get bored and you want to bend the rule, and sometimes you got to get reminded not to do that, right? And you might get a couple little trades here and there, but if you really want those runners, where they actually turn into these things right here, and they're like, and they flush down, and those are the videos that you see online, right? Those shorts, and you're like, how does when they get in a trade, it just turns into this like thing that flushes and stuff? Well, if you want to get some of these things that, what's up, Thierry fam? Get the Thierry fam up in here, man. We're gonna cover you guys. You guys been pulling up, Captain B&B fam. Like, get your projects in here. It's a day of free marketing. It's Saturday. Like, if you're not turned up for Saturday today on the B day, like, I don't know what you're doing, honestly. Like, it's gonna be a vibe. About to turn Vegas up today, bro. All right, here we go. So we see the chop. We're not trading this, and we can see where ETH. Hey, maybe just like the rest of the market gets above this 200 moving average, it's going to be looking really good. Let's go to BNB. If you guys can share this stream, greatly appreciate it, man. Share it on your TikTok, share it on this and that, and just get it out there. Let's go to BNB and why buy signals are so important, and getting above certain moving averages, how powerful they can be. And here you guys go. This is a perfect example of this thing being fanned out. The horse came back to the barn. This thing wants to roll over, but BNB is very powerful. Daily chart is looking like it wants to actually print the buy signal. BNB, $99.66. BNB looking like it wants to break out, but these could just be green candles in a downtrend still. They honestly could. Now, if this thing prints a buy signal, now that it broke this 100 like that, this is starting to look really good because it bounced off a major moving average to 200 and it didn't go down. That's good. If it would have started to act like it wanted to go down into here, we would have to talk about these gaps over here. There's lack of volume down here. We'd be like, ooh, that volume's light. Are we coming down to 600? Are we coming down to 600? But nah. Mitsuki means beautiful moon in Japanese as well. Man, oh man, I love the moon too. I'm a sucker for a moonlight, a late night moonlight. Ooh, what? Up in the mountains, what? That's as nice as it gets. All right, so we got to bounce off a major moving average. We're breaking the moving average to 100. The T line or the 5 moving average is about to break the T line. And if it can break this 20 moving average and get above this 50 moving average, the races are back on for BNB. And BNB has a mind of his own. Just because the rest of the market is doing that, it'll start turning around. You're going to see, because of this movement, I know these lower time frames are going to start to look really good. Thank you, fam. I'm feeling really good. Here we go. Here we go. We get to see these buy signals. We're above the 20. We're going into the 50. But here goes our 200 and 100. Let's see where BNB is starting to come back to life, because there's going to be somewhere where you see how when you get above these moving averages, how the price starts to move like with you. If you're feeling like the trades are like, the minute you get into the trade, you feel like you're getting hit on the head. It's like, oh my God, this is how you get on the right side of the trade. Above the 50, going into the 100, we still got this. Man, if it can trade into this gap, this is how the positive side, right? We were talking about downsides. This gap right here can be traded into as well, and coming up to here. Back to over $1,100 for BNB. Above this 200, that'll happen for sure. It'll push right through that gap right there. Let's go down to the 1 hour, and this is probably where the things are looking. This is where things are looking really good, and you can see how this works. Look at how this break above the 100, the 50. This is a nice trade right here, and this is how a trade can turn into a runner, as far as if it can get above this 200 moving average, the biggest bear bull indicator. And this is what a trade would look like, rolling over to into a runner and being much more than just a trade. If it can get above this 200 moving average on the 1 hour, it's going to try to do the same thing on the 2 hour. And that's why we do multi-time analysis, because if it gets above this one and it goes into this one, then we start talking about this up here, even $1,200, and that's a really nice trade. So I would be looking at BNB if you're looking for longs, because it's looking like it wants to actually get that going, because the last time BNB was above this was the section you had to get out up here. So BNB was $1,127. You could have put your short right here, and it went all the way down to 879. Would you have not looked or liked it, that trade? Like, keep it 100, keep it a buck, like we're saying today. Like, from right here, from underneath the 200 moving average, you place your short $1,123, $27, whatever, and all the way down to 882. You already know what's up. The minute it starts trading to the right, because we had our breakdown, the minute it starts trading to the right, we already know what's probably going to be the next. It's either going to have another breakdown, or it's going to be a break up or a breakout. So this is where we try to figure out what's going on. But that would have been an amazing trade. And right now we're trying to get above the 200. We're trying to get above that 200. Appreciate you guys all, man. I really do. So right now we're trying our best to get above that 200, and that's how the opposite, where eventually we're going to see it way back up here. This would be my first target too, because we've been here before. I'd be eyeing this up here. We break past the 200, we'll go up to almost about $1,100. If it broke past this, it would even go a lot higher, and it would be looking like, man, we could have got in down here. This was the place to get in. So we're eyeing BNB right now. We'll go to Solana, and then we'll go to the deck screener. You guys show me some gems. I see we got the TRE fam in here. We got XPX up in here. We got that 5K giveaway still running. You guys don't want to give away or miss out on that. Let's go to Solana and see what we've been seeing, right? Again, just break right here. This 200 break. Right from 187, you said, I'm out. I'm out of here, Saphir. Delatoshi, I'm out. Thomas, I'm out. Sharon, I'm out. Thank you, Sharon. It broke underneath the 200. I'm out of here. And here you go. It broke underneath the 200. It's finding support on the lower value range. It's how we had these prices before. And it actually went lower because we were like, maybe that 177 again, but it's actually lower now, 158. And it's all fanned out. So this was the breakdown. Maybe it trades to the right here, and we have a breakout. Or if it loses this, we could see some price come a little bit lower. We could see Solana price come down to 125. This is, a lot of people would be like, no, there's no way. It's like, there's a way. Okay. Don't say that. I don't even talk like that no more. That's how you end up holding something that, like, no. If you're trading futures, don't say that. So there's no way. Said there's a way. They will. That wipeout was, bigger than the FTX wipeout. Nobody thought there was going to be a bigger liquidation than that again, right? There's no way that would happen again. Now there's more recognition. There's BlackRock and all this stuff in here. Well, guess what? It happened. It's a big, massive wipeout. All right. So Solana on the daily chart. Let's see if it trades to the right. If we can get above these moving averages, fam, it can come to the upper value range back to $200. But the market has some work to do. Solana got some work to do. And that's fine. I wanted to let it do what it has to do, because the minute it finds that floor, Sharon, when this thing finds a floor, we already know this thing turns around. This thing turns right back around, and we know that great projects move with the market. So if your project is consolidating, and maybe some people are paper handing, you DCA into your favorite projects and just buy the blue chips for the cheap. Here goes your breakdown. Since up here, this is your breakdown. Bam. Okay, cool. Fine. I've seen that before. We've seen when we get underneath that 200 what happens. So the fact that we're trading way down here and this turned into a nice, beautiful short on the 1 hour chart, we are not shocked. Nobody on this channel is surprised that Solana's at these prices, because this is our breakdown. This is our trade to the right, the chop, which we don't want to trade, because this is where you get stopped out. This is where they put the spanking on you. They crack the whip on you in this section right here. So unless you're into that, Saphir, unless you're into that kind of stuff, yere masoquita. This is the area right here, because this is where the spanking goes down in this chop right here. But if you want to wait for your great position and say, you know what, I'm letting the markets do what they got to do. I'm taking care of the chores around the house that I got to take care of. When this thing gets back above the 200, I'm going to put a beautiful trade in. I'm going to set my stop loss. I'm going to set where I want price to go back up to. Where is that going to be on some Solana? Back up here. Why? We're not just snatching prices out of the air. Well, it's been here before. It's been here before. So we're talking about 185. If it breaks this, we go back into the 200. So there's definitely a position coming up around the corner where you can see some nice trades coming up. All right. See you later, bro. Get the urge. Here we go. So that's Solana right there. So we cover most of the blue chips. I actually want to see Zcash right now. Let's just keep it real. Like, we got to check this out real quick. We got to check this out. We have to check it out. Okay. Where's it at? Perpetuals on Binance. Like, stop playing. They have the liquidity. Okay. We'll go right here. Let's go daily chart because sheesh. Hello. Where did the buy signal come out? Down here. $38. What were you doing when it did that? And we got a red candle, but no sell signal. But man, this horse is far away from the barn. Could it come back down? Could there be a correction? You know, I'd be looking at something like this, like just because the markets are how they are, but it's like because there is. This is why you don't get stuck in the longs. But right now, this is still technically bullish. You know, there's good divergence. This candle came straight to the T line and did not break the T line. You know, that candle came straight to that T line and did not break it. Look at the separation right there too. It's like clean. And that candle the wick came straight to that T line and it held it. And that's bullish. Like the fact that it had that sell on a daily and it held onto that, that's pretty bullish. If it starts to break that, then we would change the whole idea. But you can see why that was bullish, and you can see it recovering already. There goes that pullback, but that bounce is really happening. But I'd be looking at some of these plays. We're working off a sell signal on the 4 hour right here. Working off a sell signal on the 3 hour right here. Working off a sell signal on the 2 hour. Have you seen how big some pump fund stream coins have gotten? It's crazy. Oh, I know. Trust me, I've been doing my due diligence. I've been doing my due diligence. I'm about to do something amazing for everybody who's been tapped into this channel. We're literally gonna take over. You know, basically something huge, something massive, because streaming on YouTube is old. YouTube, I know you can hear me. It's old. It's old, YouTube. So right here, yeah, sell signal, and this is where, like, you know, I had this amazing run, and maybe we can find a short on this thing. But the daily chart is still bullish, and you can see right here the 1 hour chart bouncing right off the 200 moving average, that major moving average, and that's that biggest bear bull indicator. And when you see a bounce, you could have took this long right here, right off of this 200, and got into this long position because it's looking really nice. It's looking really, really nice, honestly. And it's probably going to stay bullish. But if we had some sell signals and break underneath this 200, like on the 1 hour and kind of the other ones, you know, you could probably see where it's not going to go back to $38 where it came all the way down here, where it came from. But maybe we could see it come down to the point of control, 247. Crypto moves crazy. You know, maybe we could see it come into some of these gaps right here, trade into this shelf right here. You know, there's a lot of areas where it can come down to. And actually, let's just take a look right here. So that we got a nice little shelf right here at 414, 414. Got to say that. Right here at 414, you guys can see where there's a little shelf right here. There's some other gaps, right? Right here, not really close to the 100. And that's around 342. So, you know, if we got like more confirmation this thing going down on the daily chart, especially the daily chart with a sell signal, you could possibly take this trade. But these lower time frames, you would find a better entry on that. Once this 1 hour got underneath that 200, be kind of nice, and just let it ride. Set your targets and let that thing ride. Really nice. Let's go to ICP really quick because that one was moving like crazy too, and we gotta be like liquid in this space. You know, we gotta be like, I don't know what this means, Sharon, Saphir, but we gotta be that. Okay, we gotta be able to pivot, and you know, if there's something pumping, I'm tired of. You know, once you hear about it, it's too late. Damn, you know, look at that. That buy signal was wild. We could have sprinkled that. We could have peppered it. We could have seasoned it a little bit. And This would have been a crazy run, but we don't know. So hey, maybe we missed that, but maybe we don't miss the short. Because when this thing goes underneath the 200, it goes down big time. But if it bounces off this thing and starts to go back up, I'll put some money in there. Honestly, it could be something really bullish going on with this. But I don't want to chase it. Honestly, I'm done chasing these things. I don't chase a thing no more. Like if it's mine, it's mine. I'm not chasing anything. I'll wait till it when it comes to the spot that I like. Hey, that's perfect right there. And you know we're running a little toppy right now. It's still bullish and shout out. I love this trend. You can actually trade this movement, right? This bounce off this major moving average, bounce right here. You can trade this because when you're above the 200, there's more bullish things happening than bearish things. So these are all nice little long trades that you can take or just hold and just let it ride all the way to the top till it starts to cross a major moving average and get out right there. But you know, right now this thing's still looking bullish. Honestly, even though it's fanned out, it's moving really healthy. That's a beautiful trend, honestly. Shout out to whoever got a piece of that. That is a gotta respect that. Here you can see some of this trading to the right up here now. So we had our break up, our breakout. Now we're trading to the right on the top. Maybe it rolls over some of these moving averages and we check this one out. But there's something coming up around this one. Up 300% on the week. Wouldn't catch a falling knife. Exactly. Like that's up a lot. But can we short that thing? Eeny weeny teeny weeny short man. I don't. Sophia, you're younger than me. I don't think. Did you ever hear that song? Okay, let's go to the deck screener, fam. Let's pull up, fam. Let's have some fun. We had Snail fam up in here. We had the Teary gang up in here. Go ahead and pull up if you guys can. Let's talk about your guys' play, and then we'll talk about XPX as the numbers climb up. If you guys can, go ahead and give Blunt House a follow. If you guys are interested into that indicator that I've been using and talking about, give this man a follow right here at Blunt420. Give him a follow. Also, give me a follow right here on my main account. If you guys are listening in on X, repost this. Okay, share this. Let me grab this right here. We got 720 people live. Like, repost this for your bag, for the love of your bag. Repost it, like it, leave a comment, quote repost, like do max engage. What do you got? You got more to gain than to lose. So come over here, check it out. Mitsuki, we're going to be checking you out as well. I appreciate you guys being patient. This is why we start to stream on the blue chip, so I can have the highest numbers to show Mitsuki off. If I show Mitsuki off right in the beginning, what, we're going to show 100 people? Or do you want to show it to 700 people? How many people you want to show off Teary to? Do I show Teary and XPX and all our favorite plays in the beginning of the stream? Or do I let X pump up the stream and we cook in the beginning, get our technical analysis warmed up so that I can get these high numbers for you guys to check out your guys' favorite play? All right, making sure that you guys are max engaging so we can have, 720 people over here checking out what we're doing. So get your community in here right now. Now's the time. Go. Send them. All right, look, we're going to start off with Teary. They were in here. We'll go to Clash. We'll see the Snail Gang goes in here as well. And then, of course, yes, the best for last. We're going to check out XPX at the end. Get the max engagement on XPX. We got a lot of things going on that I don't want you guys to miss out. Shout out to the Teary fam. They've been max engaging nonstop. Let's go to their X page, see what they got going on. And yes, we're going to be putting in some overtime. Our streams, hopefully you guys don't mind. I know they're usually like hour longs, but lately they've been like an hour and a half long. And hopefully you guys don't mind that I'm taking up too much of your guys' time. But I do really appreciate you guys spending time with me on the weekend, when you guys could just be chilling. And now we're here spending time and doing this, grinding together so we can shine together, right? Don't forget the beautiful moon. Oh, I'm not forgetting. Mitsuki it is. Get your community in here, King. Get them in here. But this one I'm bullish on, man. They got a solid community. They got a lot of OGs, veterans in here. Class of 2021, some class of 2017, people in crypto. And yeah, when you can see it. So there's some people that are committed to this project. It's a low cap project. And honestly, even with this crazy market shakeout, you got to put some respect on a project that can hold a solid chart. So this is no crying in the casino. And this all stems from the meme of what Donald Trump had posted. And of course, He's a meme lord. So that's what's going on. So this comes from, Donald Trump posting right here, no crying in the casino. So I don't want you guys crying in the casino, okay? If I wanted somebody crying or whatever like that, I would put on Justin Timberlake and throw on Cry Me a River. But this ain't that, okay? This ain't Cry Me a River. This is crypto. And I need you guys to step up to the plate and take a swing at it the right way. Make sure that you're, only putting in what you're willing to lose. Make sure that you're finding a great community. Make sure that you're finding, a project that you vibe with, something that you're willing to grind on and work on that doesn't feel like a drag, right? That the people in there support you as well. And that's where, you can really hit a home run. And when you find a play like this one right here, on the Thierry fam, this one right here, 186K market cap with the rest of the markets pulling back. As Solana pulls back, it's going to pull this one back. Don't cheat on it right away. Don't mess up this chart because this is looking really good where this thing can turn right back around. All it has to do is break that 500K, especially with the market's momentum, a little bit of wind underneath the wings from Solana. This can take off and go a lot higher. They got a solid community and they're going hard on this every single day. You got to respect the healthy chart. These tend to be senders out of nowhere when they don't fade. Okay, so definitely check this one out. Let's go ahead and go to Mitsuki next. And then we're going to be checking out Clash as well. Get the Clash fam in here. If you guys can go to the Discord and let the Clash fam know to pull up, man. To pull up. We're going to be doing a Clash giveaway soon, too. So they definitely want to get comfortable. I want to do a Clash giveaway. No crying on the beautiful moon. Mitsuki right here in the room. Okay. 66K market cap. You guys went up to 1 milli. Not bad. And this is crypto. This thing can turn around. We can get Mitsuki on this thing, We can get very Mitsuki on this. Let's check out your guys' website. Like I said, today's a day of free marketing. If you guys got projects that, want some exposure, low cap, mid cap, high cap, no cap, bring them in right now. It's the birthday special, man. Instead of getting something, I want to give something, man. I'm flipping the script on the game. Before Doge, there was Mitsuki. Long before the Doge became a meme, the Shiba Inu behind it had another name, Mitsuki, meaning beautiful moon. I don't know if you guys love to look at the beautiful moon, but Mitsuki is just that. So send it. Okay, fam? This is what it's all about. It's very simple. We got the docs to match it. We got the documentation to prove it. That this is the beginning. The vaccination certification. Oh, what's up, man? Let's make it happen, man. Let's make it happen. I make things send. That's just what I do. We got that zero tax, very easy to understand. And I think this is just an early sender, man. The markets are pulling back. As ETH pulls back, you got to let ETH do what it has to do. Let's check out the community engagement, and then we'll talk about the chart in just a second and see exactly where we can take this Mitsuki and what moon we're going to. We don't have to go to this moon. We can just go to a whole nother moon, right? And go even further out there. Go even further. We have someone in Japan. Very nice. Very, very nice. Shout out to Japan. Nepal. Appreciate you, Kenny. I really do. I really, really appreciate it. The Space Penguin fam. Let's show off the Space Penguins too when we get to that Smart DeFi page. Get the Space Penguins in here. Get the Waddle gang in here. Get the Waddle gang in here. Mitsuki, man, and some decent engagement, honestly, from all the posts that I'm seeing. And it's all about if you build it. Shout out to Akari. Yeah, we got Akari from Japan in XPX. We tapped in. We're tapped in. Man, I would love to go to Japan, Saphir. Man, you don't even know. I was watching a video yesterday of a guy that was kind of like, not in like the bougie area, but like where it kind of like where it's kind of like a little dense, and it was like a guy who vlogs going there, and it was cool. It was like a vibe. It was an actual vibe. Being in like the bars he was going to, how inviting the people were. It was kind of nice. It was kind of nice. But seeing some of the cars too. I'm a gearhead at heart, man. So Mitsuki. Let's get above 100K Mitsuki. And you can see when you get and let's move that to 100K. Let's get it up to, if you guys can get above this 100K up here, man, this is where people are like, okay, You see how important this 100K was for you guys? Check this out. 100K, 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 100K. And then when the minute you lost the 100K right here, this is where we went lower, right? So you can see how that 100K is very significant because you also see that when you stayed above it, you had these pumps high. You know, these things went a lot higher right off of that 100K. So right now would be a great time to start building a floor to work its way towards that 100K, because what happens is you guys go a lot higher when you guys hit 100K. I'm not saying that. I'm looking at the chart and I can see every time you guys held support, it went higher right there. It went, held support went super high right there. Held support went higher right there. Went higher right there. Went higher right there. So, and when you lost it, this is when things got a little bit bearish and went down. And again, you guys broke above it, bam, smack right back up. So this is your guys' target. It looks so peaceful there, for real. It really does. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, it looks so peaceful. So this 100K is your guys' target, Mitsuki, okay? Check out the 401JK chart. We're going to check that one out. This is this is like a shill show. Like, honestly, whatever, if you got dust tokens that you want to see come back to life, like shill me the ticker. Like, if you're not shilling me the ticker, I don't know what you're doing, honestly. Like, we're going to have to talk about it. I don't know what you're doing. So shill. We got Clash Fam. Let's go. The Clash Fam is next. Let's go ahead and bring this up. Let's get this out the way. Let's bring up the Clash Fam. I see the stream picking up a bit of pace. If you guys are listening over on X, come on, subscribe to YouTube as well. But we got something coming soon that, we're going to put a little chapter of YouTube behind us. I'm going to show you guys a bunch of like stuff from YouTube, all the stuff, man, all the work that, I don't know. I'm probably like at 4,000 videos or something. I'd be spazzing out, I got no chill. I just keep going. I'm like the Energizer Bunny. If I want to keep going, I just keep going. I don't stop. And if we did that on a platform that actually paid creators and made things happen, that'd be amazing. But I've been at 18,000 subs forever, like for the whole year. So obviously YouTube, like I said, if you like me, you love me. If you don't like me, you hate me. And YouTube has just been straight like, damn, So we got to pivot, man. That's just business. That's just what that is. You can't stay on a dying platform and just think that eventually something's just going to go right automatically. Like, you got to make things shake. Kicking up dust is a must. And we're going to be kicking up some massive amount of dust. So definitely be ready for that. And it kind of stems from all of this, these creator coins, and seeing this new movement that's going on. Let me know down in the chat if you guys are bullish on creator coins. Let me see a hand in the chat if you guys are bullish on the idea of creator coins. Let me know. Imagine a fork can change your life. Imagine a spoon can change your life. So right now we're doing utensils. We're doing utensils. Anything can change your life in this space. And right now, creator coins is what's taking off. Let me know. Yeah, see Saphir down there? Like, let me know in the chat, fam, because creator coins is a real deal, fam. I mean, this is a real deal, Holyfield. Don't get it twisted. Something's happening over here. And we can't just play a blind eye to this. I would actually be kind of like disappointed in myself, and obviously I'm not gonna say disappointed in the stream, because this is my gig, in order to make sure that we don't miss things like this. It's like, but in myself, I would low-key be like, you're telling me you've been on YouTube since 2021 and all these brand new people are being able to print more than you on the streaming platform. This is, just like when we saw Kick come to life, just when we saw all these things come to life. Those people who got on these platforms first are the big accounts now that are, the ones that everybody talks about. This would be good for, your project, whatever you're doing. So if you come over here to Feed the People channel, which is awesome, shout out to them. They made 191,000 in 2 months. Talk to me, man. Talk to me. I mean, I haven't even made over, I don't even know. It's something disgusting if I even say, which I'm going to produce a lot of this stuff of how much when we do this. And I want you guys to be ready. I think everybody should at least have one Solana. Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself. And, something massive is coming, and it's going to be on this. And I would definitely have a bag of so ready for some things to happen. Okay, there's just some more moving pieces that I want to get locked in, and if you guys seen what I've done before with a lot of stuff, this is going to be pretty huge. There's a lot of moving parts behind it, and it's going to be much more than just the streaming part, but actually a lot of things to use those creator rewards to give back, and give back to these communities in Web3, and actually do some really cool stuff as well. As far as one of them jumping out of an airplane, and another one donating a good some money to you guys. We got somebody in the community, obviously, that they've been going through chemo and stuff like that. So we want to do something for that. So we're going to be pushing something with some of those funds as well. You guys seen them in the space earlier in the community hour. So there's some ideas around this where it's going to be pretty massive, and I don't want you guys to miss out because I think close to like 4,000 videos on YouTube, and I think this month. Let me just show you guys. I'm just this is what I do. I just show you guys. It's just easier just to some people that I don't know what the deal is, but we just get straight to the point, right? Let me show you guys really quick. Let me show you creator rewards and what's going on over here. And you guys tell me if this makes sense to you. And you guys let me know. You guys let me know down in the chat. Actually, you know what? Let me make it even so I could just show you guys even better. So this is why I say you got to do something that you love. So let me see for 365. Okay, let me grab this. And I'm just going to be transparent with you guys. I think this is why the channel's always worked. So this number right here, is for the whole year. I've given more than that away. So this is, I've given more than that away on this channel to everybody. I mean, just so many different communities, whether it's in XPX, whether it's in BNB. This is for the whole year. In the last month, it's $54. It's dropped significantly. A lot of this is from late 2024. The majority of this is from like super chats from when like Solana was going crazy and all those meme coins were pulling up. That's where the majority of this is not like from like ad revenue and stuff. This is the majority of this, honestly, is from like this is 365 days. So in 1 year, and I've given most of this away. I mean, I've given more than this away, so this doesn't even exist. Uh, that's the YouTube channel that's produced. So this is why I say like you got to do something that you love, because obviously you can't survive off of $2,300 a year, right? There's no way that I'd be able to keep doing this. There would be no Rico Moneybags channel if I was having to live off of my YouTube revenue. There would be no hanging out with Saphir. There would be no hanging out with any of you guys on this channel whatsoever, because if I had to rely on that, obviously I would have to be doing something else. And if you guys think about it, I'm logged on all freaking day and night. You guys have access to me, and that would not be the case if I relied on that. So the fact that you see these things popping up, and I mean, people that are new to the space, I'm not knocking at everybody, but there's even people that are just brand new. The creator rewards, you should not ignore them. Okay, let's check out this one really quick, and we'll go through this. This is 1 month ago. It's sitting at 53K market cap. We're gonna pause this. Launched 1 month ago. Let's see what's been made in creator rewards. 12K. But like I said, this is even just 12K a month ago. This is just a random person. He said YouTube pays. Who knew? So yeah, YouTube's done, but honestly, it's done. I'm glad to see you up in here, brother. But it's definitely done, and it's like you can't ignore stuff like this. Like you have to be. This is a business what I'm doing here, and like my brand also on YouTube. And when you see things like this, and you see that technology has changed, you really have to consider what's going on with this stuff. So there's massive things going on. I don't want you guys to miss out. It's going to be huge, and it's going to be great. And I know if I go to my YouTube channel, I'll show you guys. Let me show you guys this. You want to talk about dedication? I mean, and YouTube don't care like how much work you put in. Like if they're either rocking with you or they're not. That's just what it is. And I've been in the shadow realm for a while. And I've just been doing this because I care, right? I care about keeping my fingers on the pulse of crypto, the communities I'm tapped in with. 3,500 videos. These people are producing this in 1 month with like 4 live streams. They'll probably live stream like 5 times or 10 times. 3,500 videos. What? You know, that's wild when you think about it. Even when I think about it, it's like, what the heck? Like, I'm glad that I'm a spaz. Like, I just keep going, you know? So, like that, you know, if I was told that I had to do 3,500 videos, I probably would have not did it. But since I'm not, I don't never set a cap of how far I'm trying to take things. You know, there is no cap. I don't know. I just know that I'm willing to go hard nonstop. That's all I know. And with that type of environment over here, if we can give back to some communities with that, and it'll be even more giveaways because the creator rewards are so much bigger, a lot of big things can happen from this. So keep that in mind right there with these creator. And I think you can probably find. And I want to talk to Blunt about this. I think you could do this as well, Blunt, and teach people stuff and hold classes on here and actually, you know, get revenue coming in from that creator rewards. And I think, you know, we had MySpace, then it turned into Facebook. We had Facebook, it turned into Instagram. Snapchat came out of nowhere. Then people were TikToking out of nowhere. Then people were kicking out of nowhere, right? Because you got your kick. And then from all that kicking, they said, you know what? Let's jump in the ring and let's get into a Royal Rumble. And then you got the new platform called Rumble, right? And you keep having all these platforms, and every time whoever incorporates them into their brand instantly when they come out, you're those creators that are the ones making the most rewards because you're so integrated into the beginning of the algorithm that when people will search things up, you're the first ones that come up. And so here we go right here with, you know, these creator reward tokens. And I want you guys to keep an eye on them. And this is why I'm bringing it up, because Clash is one that I told you guys about at 360K market cap. This is what a real creator play can do if, you know, everybody grinds together and breaks past some certain market caps. George has been playing Clash Royale and just spending time with his community, playing games and having fun. People been investing into it, and the chart's just been climbing nonstop. From 360K market cap, when I told you guys, it went all the way up to 84 million. These things are not done. These things are not going to stop happening. So I think Clash is a great play if you're looking for creator coins and looking for solid plays that are going to make something happen. Um, this would be one that I would for sure take a look at. So let's go ahead and bring up some more plays. I see some of you guys still pulling up, and we're going to do XPX in just a second. We had Snail Fam pulling up as well. I seen the Snail Gang up in here. It is starting to come back up, looking really good. 189K market cap, little play on the BSC chain, trying to make some things happen. And yeah, this thing just has to break these little all-time highs, and it has some potential, right? You guys got your BSC play. I saw you guys pulling up strong yesterday. You guys got your little game. It's from the Crow and Knife community. There's a lot of Crow and Knife people in there, and they're very well connected. So it definitely has some potential. I've covered what it's about yesterday. They have a game that you guys can check out, and definitely chap in on this one right here. I also wanted to look at a few other plays before we got to XPX. If you guys got a few other one, we got the Mind Virus. Yeah, let's check it out, man. Why not? Like I said, today's kind of about you guys. Today's my B-day, but I wanted to make it kind of about you guys because you guys, you know, this is why, even though we're only $2,300 in YouTube, why I keep pulling up, because I love what I do. It's a vibe hanging out with you guys. If I didn't love this, $2,300 would not be a way to get me to do it. You can tell by my attitude. I'd almost feel disrespected that you even say, hey, we'll give you $2,300 if you can just work for a whole year. I was like, I know you're not talking to me. I just know you're not. I just know that you can't be talking to me. Okay, let's go into the Pump Mind Virus. Here it goes right here, another play. We're going to be showing all your guys' play. Today's free marketing day. Oh, look at that. Just coming back to life. This is actually after it hits that bonding curve, right? It actually you know, it hits that bonding curve and it goes live from Pump Fund. It comes down and, you know, then it starts to trade live. You know, you guys launched on Pump Fund too. I would be streaming on there, Pump Mind Virus. I would get whoever has that account. I don't know if it's just some kind of mysterious dev with some kind of big brain activity going on, and they don't want to doc. Oh, I know this guy. They don't want to dox themselves, and this is why it's cool that you guys reposted this, man. That's why I'm glad I brought you guys up. You guys might want to get on there and just do some streams. For sure. I mean, just get that extra exposure. Why not? You know, get a community member to stream in there. For sure, Blunt. I mean, it's a movement. It's a whole movement. And I'm not gonna get left behind. You know, business is business at the end of the day, and that's a business move right there. And I want to make sure, you know, like those creators and people like, how do those creators make so much money? It's like they got in before everybody else. They were in Rumble and Kick and all this twitching and stuff. I forgot even about Twitch. You know, we weren't twitching for a while. We didn't know about no Twitch. Next, you know, you see these Twitch creators, Lambo after Lambo. It's like I can't even pay a light bill with the what I'm. It's like, come on now, let's keep it real. Imagine with all that extra capital, we'll do some amazing things. So, Pump Mind Virus, I would probably do the same thing. I'd probably stream on there every once in a while. Pump Fun wants people to stream on there. They want that exposure, and I think that we're seeing something happen. You know, our YouTube channels are monetized, right? I think that there's something happening where now they're being tokenized, and it's up to you whether you want to tokenize yourself onto the blockchain and, you know, start live streaming. Because if everything else is going to be tokenized and everything else is going to be on the blockchain, why would we think that these streaming platforms would not be, right? Why would we think that we were just going to be forever only monetized by YouTube when monetization, that's an old school word now. Now we're going, well, actually token is even an older word, you know, that goes further back, but before, you know, using the word of money and stuff like that. But I think the movement right now is tokenizing everything. And here we're tokenizing, you know, real world assets. We're tokenizing this, that, and the other, but we're forgetting about tokenizing YouTube channels, let alone tokenizing just streaming altogether. So you can tokenize your brand and stream and be officially on the blockchain forever. And nobody can take it off the blockchain. YouTube can ban me off of YouTube, or better yet, they can put me in a shadow ban and keep me at 18,000 subscribers for a whole year. And then it's hard for us to find new investors for the Mind Virus, for FEC token, for XPX. Or you can have something where a platform is so thirsty for new creators that there is no red tape, there is no shadow ban, because you're on the blockchain. You're not on a centralized system, and you can stream as much as you want. After bonding, the liquidity moves from Pump Fund to Raydium. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And that's huge. So that means that thing will be forever on the blockchain. The minute you're on the blockchain, or your channel, your brand is on the blockchain, Blunt House Technical Analysis on the blockchain, that's forever on the blockchain. You know, nobody, unless there's an EMP and electricity is gone forever, you know, that information is forever going to live on the blockchain. We don't know if YouTube is always going to be YouTube, but we know that these blockchains will just run no matter what. So, okay, Pump Mind Virus, great play, great project. People are pulling up. I think it has a lot of potential. It's low cap. You know, you guys are already bonded. You guys are bringing it back to life. Just make people FOMO. Just bring little by little. Don't worry about the volume. Just tell everybody, hey, don't hit the sell button. Stop clicking buttons. If you're going to click the button, let's take it higher so we can break a market cap and create some FOMO. And you got to break some of these round numbers, that 100K, right? Break the 100K. Tell everybody to hold and really, you know, have that Pump Mind Virus. Like, spread the virus of pumping this thing and just slowly build up a slow little wall. And if you build it, they will come. They wait till the FOMO starts. They don't want to buy in early. All right, so let's see what else we got. I'm just gonna give everybody a little bit of what MC is the bonding curve. I think it's like 80K market cap, isn't it, Saphir? Like some of it's like 72K. I think they brung it down a little bit. I think they probably brung it down a tad. Let me look and see if something's about to bond. Probably a bond after an hour going live. Yeah, maybe. You know, you never know. You never know. Yeah, I think bonding curve is like.
And this is like the easy way to trench for any meme coin who's like.
So 3 months ago, this guy right here, what's the? I wonder if this is actually him. This might actually pump really hard. This was 2 minutes ago. How old is this? 3 minutes ago? All right, you guys might want to get a bag of this. If this is really the guy that does this, let me see.
And market cap threshold, and these are all the coins that have graduated, all the coins that have bonded past the Raydium liquidity pool, and what everyone's buying. like just recently a coin came out while I was actually recording, and I lost some soul on it because I top blasted it without
But
actually
you know,
being able
he's
to do any
notoriously
research on
he'll
what it
dump it like
was, and I
crazy.
was super late to the
I think
trend. And this is like
35
one of
or
the most
35K.
common ways people
No,
lose
because it's
money in
on all-time
trenches.
high right now.
Obviously, the most
The
important
bonding
part
curve
of
is
trenching and doing research is how
65,000K
quick are
market
you
cap.
able to
See,
do all of this stuff. And I use
65K.
Xento,
I
which
think
is
it
the
used to
little
be
tab
like
right here on the
80.
right. That's
I think it used to be like 80 or 75 or something like that. But now it's 65K. So 50 sold. 65,000 to graduate. Yeah, I think it will graduate. I think this one's about to graduate. But I've seen this guy just wreck charts like nonstop. So, yep. Let's just call it 69, right? I want to see this. Yeah, you know, this one right here is bonding right now. If I wasn't on the live stream, honestly, I would probably sprinkle it. But you know, just because you're getting in at 32K market cap. Although I've seen this guy wreck plenty charts because I've seen him pop up on my YouTube channel. You know, there's you could probably make something happen. Who knows? You know, you could probably you can put one Solana in there and see what happens. And you know, but the minute you get into some kind of level, like if you watch his channel, he's openly just wrecked the chart. So, and obviously this is not his brand, Watermelon Chick, unless he's a watermelon chick. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this, but this is 3 minutes ago. And we can't even see what he's made in 3 minutes. It might be something disgusting because the volume's already doing good. But look, so 3 minutes ago, this was 61 cents. And we're going to come back to this thing. And we're going to see how this guy's already going to be doing 4 minutes ago, 4,400. It's like, what? What are we doing here? What is YouTube? What's YouTube about? What is YouTube? Who are they?
From Pump Fund to Nova.
I'm like, what? Bye. Adios. That's what happens when you get too stuck up, honestly. When you get so stuck up, you know, you put your nose so far up in the air, you lose a sense of reality, and you know, you ban so much stuff, and you don't let there's what you create is the opposite of that. Now you got free range of streaming. You know, now people are just streaming and making more money than ever before because not only are you making money off your creator rewards, but his main bag that he already started with is already at 4,400. And obviously, I think most people would want to, if it was the real play, they would probably hold a little bit more because, you know, obviously that's your brand, but this doesn't seem to be his brand. And so we're definitely going to keep an eye on these teams. 6 minutes ago, it's 36K market cap. Let's see. I got to update the app. I haven't updated it. So it's updating right now. Let me know if you guys are getting on this. We might be live DJ and play right now. If you guys don't mind, we can go live DJ. Live degen. You know, here goes 37K market cap. This is a little sender right here. And we just got lucky catching. This is how sometimes people try to act like they're this guru stuff. It's all cap, bro. What makes you guru-ish or what makes you actually make it in this thing is like you got to be obsessed with this space. If you're obsessed with this space, you're going to catch stuff no matter what. Like I wish I can take credit for most of the stuff that I do, but honestly, I just, you know, I'm so tapped in that I'm just okay, so do I have Sol on this wallet? All right, I just placed a little order right there for the heck of it. I don't have that much Sol in this little Pump Fund app I've been playing with, but nonetheless, this is an easy play. I'm gonna send it to you guys. If you got Solana, we're experimenting. This is not financial advice. This is pure experimental BS. Okay, so and I'm telling you, I've seen this guy on his channel. He does make money. I've seen him do his little strategy, what he's doing right here, this little setup, what he's showing everybody. And this is how he finds plays, and this is how he prints. But I would probably, you know, get some more Solana into your main wallets, and you know, sprinkle this one a little bit more, and it might go a lot further, right? Because this is something that's been going on in the space. I'm live right now, so I'm not going to do all that. I really don't care what market cap I get in. You know, it's probably going to do pretty good. It's probably going to bond right now, and maybe we watch it just bond right now. Just to show you guys what we can have the full experience of the whole, you know, bonding and all that stuff. Because I'm almost sure it's going to bond. And this is like sometimes, like I said, sometimes people act like they just found. It's like you got to just be tapped in. You'll find the play almost find you. Here it goes, still sending. Energy is on match. Yeah, and I have a feeling this is what's going to happen when it's done, right? When that thing's ready, this is most likely what can most likely happen, where it's like you're gonna want to have some Solana ready, honestly, because Everybody else that are doing these streamer coins that are just hitting a little bit, they're not streamers. The minute people who are actually in crypto, like this guy right here who has a big YouTube channel, is solely doing this, those streamer coins, those creator coins are gonna get silly, fam. They're gonna get really silly. They're gonna do really good because we actually know how to move in crypto. These guys that are experimenting with this creating coins and stuff on these live streams, they're just experimenting. They don't know what they're doing. But when you get crypto people that knows how to create a community, that knows how to get listed on CoinGecko, these guys are not even getting their projects listed on CoinGecko. They don't know how to do any of that. You start hosting spaces, you start putting all that stuff together, and you bring all that crypto experience, the thing can freaking explode. Why do you think Clash exploded so hard? Because there's no competition as far as the experience in this stuff, as far as how you're supposed to push a crypto project into space. The CoinGecko, the coin market cap, your shillers, your raiders, your giveaways, your X account, your spaces, your Telegram community, all that stuff. You put all that stuff together and you rock it. You literally just turn the thing into a rocket. And maybe this guy is possibly doing a little rocket game right now with this little thing, or it just completely collapsed. There it goes. He just rugged it. Like I said, be careful with this guy because this guy's notoriously a rugger. Like, this is the thing with this guy. Since it's not his actual brand, he's notoriously a ruggerooski. Rug live, man. I'm telling you, this guy doesn't care. I've seen him on his live stream. I put like 0.03. It was like dust in my wallet. Check the chart. Yeah, rugged. It's done. There, stream's over. That's it. And he does this on a regular basis. That's why I said be careful with this one because I've seen it. I've seen it a million times with this guy. I sprinkled it because maybe it would have bonded, but nope, didn't bond. He rugged it in 10 minutes. Isn't that crazy, Blunt? Blunt. He left with that. Just like that. Man, that was beautiful. This is crypto. Man, oh man. And he has a massive YouTube channel. He pops up on my thing. I don't know how people support him, knowing that he's just doing that. But I think if somebody actually took it serious, like what George did with Clash, I was just about to move a soul from Binance. No, the guy, I did 0.03. It was like dust in that little pump fun thing that I've been experimenting with. Like that guy's, I'm telling you, I've seen him rug, like live on his channel. Like it pops up every once in a while where he's just like, it's like the cool thing to do. Like my mind can't get wrapped around that. That's not who I am. You got to be fake as F to do that. We may be the only non-ruggers on there if we go. Exactly. And you know what happens, Blunt? This is what happens when you're a non-rugger. Look at this Clash play. And you give people something. This is what happens when you have a non-rugger, $41 million market cap. You have a massive community. You could take it really far. People will support. People want to be invested in good plays. It's just so hard to find them. Don't support one person, support a community. King Honey, I really liked that. Honestly, I don't even think I've heard somebody say that in this space like that. I really rock with that. Like honestly, that's probably one of the best ways to go about it. Probably one of the best ways to go around it or to go about it. I haven't even heard nobody say it like that, but I agree with you. Like Blunt said, 100%. Like that one person is tough, but if you can build a community around this is why George has a whole community. The Clash has a massive community now. This thing went all the way up to 90 million. That guy keeps rugging people for pennies on a dollar when he could really have a massive play. And we come over here to Clash. We'll get to XPX in a second, but I got to give you guys, this is alpha right here. Let's go to home. We're going to check out Space Penguins as well. We got them. Let's go to Clash really quick. And I know what George was doing. George was putting money into it. And if you put your money into a play like this, you see the buys on the chart. This is bullish. You see this dev bought. It doesn't show that on if I had that, I mean, I'd have green dots all over my thing because I've been buying XPX nonstop. Here you go. But dev bought 11K. Dev bought. And all this stuff is bullish. And you look at this. This is why George is really up. George's bag. Sheesh. Look at this. This bag right here, $2.3 million. It's like people are cheating themselves when you can actually make a sender. About the CTO watermelon chick. Yeah, that's what I say. It's like he's not a watermelon chick, and that's kind of weird and stuff. So obviously it's like it's not his brand. And if somebody's not putting their name on it or their brand on it, most likely it's they don't care about it. This is George Plays Clash Royale, so it's Clash, and if you go to the description, it's about him playing this game. But this bag he's holding is valued at 2.3 million. That's not bad. It's not bad, Blunt. If we go to his coins and see how much he's made in 2 months, he's made $63,000. What? What'd you say? $63,000. Something's happening. That's a lot of money. Where the heck people are saying there's no money? There's a ton of money going on right now. This is where it's being handed out. So, boom shakalaka. Giving you guys the alpha, and I honestly, if you guys rock with this channel, I would seriously consider having a nice bag of Solana ready, because this is a movement, and all he's been doing is just streaming. How many streams are even on here? I don't even think there's that many. He's been going hard, though. That's the thing. He's so consistent. That's why it was easy to get a bag of this. I have no problem. George is not going to rug his community. That's why he has so many big buys. He rugged it for 8 Sol. That's a bum, bro. That's some bum stuff. He should have just called me. I would have gave it to him if it was that serious. That's some straight up bum stuff. That's some straight up. I know we don't use the word bum no more, but I'm going to bring it back. That's some straight up bum stuff. Otherwise we'd have to call him homeless. But I don't think he's homeless, but that's some bum stuff. $41 million market cap. And if you run a good play like this and you're buying up the chart, you got a great community, and everybody sees that you're always streaming, I think you got a potential to make something really big before you get the streamers from Kick, the streamers from Rumble, the streamers from Twitch, the streamers from all those big streamers that already have massive communities. You might want to get established before they come over here and do a massive takeover while they're still distracted on their favorite platforms on Twitch, and they're twitching away, and they're kicking away, and they're rumbling away, and they're TikToking away. Let them do that, but you better stake your claim, because when they come over here with their millions and millions of subscribers, man, that shadow is going to be huge. You might want to start working on yours right now. So this is creator coins on steroids, fam. And you guys, this is how we find this stuff, because it's the alpha. It's the alpha being tapped in. Let's go into, I think we covered just about everybody. Let's go to Smart DeFi. Let's come over to XPX. Let's come over to Smart DeFi all in its whole first together. Shout out to the Noma token right at the top at 2.59%. You got Love Mali up 1.95%. You got XPX up 0.627, even a little extra right there, percent. And we're holding really strong at 848K market cap. We're creeping towards that 900K again. Looking really good, which is amazing. We got a lot of cool things right around the corner. And honestly, this is one of the healthiest looking charts in DeFi. And we've been live for 17 months. That's what's nice when you're, got a real project, you got a real community, and you got a dev that has integrity. I mean, this is what you have right here. This is a solid play. Have not sold not one token from my bag. Why? Because I want to take this all the way. This is much more than just a token. This is a company. This is about off-ramp solutions, and all roads do lead to payments. And this is a very smart business move for all of us to be associated with, a payment off-ramp solution project that, whether somebody does good in NFTs, whether somebody does good in meme coins, whatever they're doing good in, if they need to make or use their money, they're going to use XPX, right? So right now, XPX Pay was launched 17 months ago, just about 17 months ago on Smart DeFi, giving everybody passive income, creating an asset backing pool, letting everybody take 30-day interest-free loans. And if they don't want to pay them back, they don't have to. Burn it right off the supply. Don't even put a sell on the chart, or pay the loan back, and keep their XPX tokens as we continue to send. We also have massive utility out right around the corner, and also utility out that you guys can use right now. Go to xpxpay.com for all your off-ramp needs, right? If you're an individual, you want to off-ramp 70 different cryptocurrencies, over 70 different cryptocurrencies, come to xpxpay.com. The next utility that we're about to release, I really think it's the utilities of utility, and it's what everybody's been asking for, but there are some right now that you guys can currently use. Actually, you got your non-KYC bill payments, you got your non-KYC gift cards, you got your MasterCards and your virtual cards, or your physical cards and your virtual cards that you guys can all get right now. If you plan on being financially free and using your crypto in the real world, this is the place to come and start to use your cryptocurrency. We are focusing on all things off-ramp, and allowing people to use their money. This is what I do on a daily basis. I'm sure a lot of other people do because we can see it on the pay portal. But if you're new to the channel and you want to be able to spend your crypto in the real world, or you're looking for a way to show somebody like, hey, you know what? For the holidays, I'm going to get you a gift card. You're like, oh, that was very nice. Where'd you get this from? You know what? I got this with my cryptocurrency. Remember the stuff that you say that's not real, that you keep saying, why am I buying cryptocurrency? Because now we're being able to use cryptocurrency, and baby, we're going on a cruise, right? So this is how you get people to even understand what's going on with cryptocurrency, and maybe take somebody on a cruise, or just get some gift cards for the holidays for your family and show them what's up with cryptocurrency. And this is what we're supposed to be doing. Supposed to be evolving Web3 into where we can use this in the real world. So if you're an individual that wants to off ramp their cryptocurrency, come to xpxpay.com. If you're a business that wants to accept cryptocurrency, come over here to dash.xpxpay.com. I'm going to post this link and create a business account so your business can start to accept cryptocurrency. You have your own business card, your own business MasterCard, where then for after accepting that cryptocurrency, you can off ramp it onto your MasterCard. If you have employees that want to get paid and you created a business account, you got a thriving business, and some of your employees notices that, you're getting a lot of crypto payments coming in, and you're letting people know, hey, I want to start to pay you guys in crypto. Who's up for that? Right? I'm sure some people are going to come to the point where half of their salary, a portion of their salary, is paid in cryptocurrency. And if you're starting a business here, homegrown on Web3, or a business that's already operating, that already has employees, and maybe they're interested in getting paid in crypto, we will upgrade your business account so that you can do payroll features and pay your employees in cryptocurrency. They'll get the email, and they can choose to either off ramp it on a MasterCard, do a non-KYC bill payment, or get some gift cards or whatever they might do, but they can use a portion of their salary that you're paying them through the XPX Pay payroll feature to get paid in cryptocurrency and off ramp it onto a MasterCard and use those funds in the real world. That is not priced into the chart, okay? And this, I'm not leaving cryptocurrency, fam. I know that all roads lead to payment. I will continue to work on this nonstop. And I think the next utility that removes a lot of red tape as far as our reach around the world will really show you guys how far we're going to take this project. So if you guys are interested in learning more or staying up to date with what's going on with XPX, also give us a follow at XPX Token. This is one of the best ways to get up to date and stay up to date with the latest and greatest of what we have going on. We have this 5K giveaway. Anybody can enter very easy at $2 million market cap, which we're not that far away. One lucky winner is going to win 5K. That's going to be really cool, and that's going to be a lot of marketing around that. That excitement around that's going to be really cool, and to see the space just kind of lit around somebody winning 5K is going to be absolutely awesome. We also have another 5K giveaway at $5 million market cap and a 10K giveaway at $10 million market cap. We will continue to grind this thing out till we reach these market caps, because when we break them, they go a lot higher. So definitely tap in over here. You guys do not want to miss out for all things XPX and what we're building. We're also going to be in San Diego at the Skylight venue that I don't want you guys to miss out. If you're in the San Diego area, November 20th, let me know. Skylight venue, we're going to be there handing out some merch, having a good time for some hours, and possibly even hanging out after hours for a little bit longer if that's the vibe. If not, we're going to come back to the Freedom Station and get right back to work, because this is what I love to do. But getting the word of XPX, to the Skylight venue is much more than just, hey, handing out merch and we're at the Skylight venue. It's also about making sure that possibly we can secure a venue that accepts cryptocurrency, and being able to thank you so much, Blah, I appreciate it. And this venue can possibly start to accept cryptocurrency via XPX Pay. So when they host these events, not only can they have crypto projects here, but these crypto projects can pay in cryptocurrency, and this venue can just use their business card that they got via XPX Pay to pay for whatever they need, right? So we're going to be at this venue November 20th. Having a good time, talking about cryptocurrency, doing some marketing, giving some things away, and I'm really, really looking forward to this. So this is really cool, and anytime you mention XPX when you're out in the real world and you're talking to people, and it's not just everybody just only on meme coins, people get really excited, and that's how we met the right people to get invited to this venue at the Rare Evo event, the people that we met at the BTC conference at the Venetian, and we're going to keep networking, and XPX makes sense everywhere. It makes sense in Web3. It makes sense every time you got to put gas in your car. It makes sense no matter what, because that's what this whole platform was meant to be, an electronic cash system. Go read the Satoshi Nakamoto paper, and that's why X pays X, right? This is an electronic cash system from one person to the next, from one X arrow paying the next one, and it's transacting, right? So that's where we're at right now with XPX. Definitely, tune in for that. Don't miss out on what we got coming out, and stay up to date with all things XPX right here at XPX Token. So we'll wrap it up right here. We've been live for about an hour and a half. We covered all your guys' projects. We had a lot of fun. We covered the blue chips, the markets. You know, we saw that we still had a lot of work to do in most of the charts, which we've been covering. We've been talking about that. So we're not surprised, and we're just making sure that we stay up to date. So enjoy the rest of your guys' weekend. The charts are going to be what the charts do. You know, either short the market or wait for your long position to come to you. Don't chase the market. Don't try to front run it. Just track the price and get in where you guys fit in. If you guys can't do that, like, comment, and subscribe, and continue to come back and experience the abundance of money with me. Until next time,